Hello and good morning. Welcome to the banks of Loch Quaich. This is St Andrew's Day today, and I have an unexpected day off work. So I thought I would make the most of it and get out into the hills. And today's going to be a bit of a special hill for me, but I'll tell you more about that later on. It's pretty cold here today. It was a very clear night last night. The stars were looking fantastic, but that meant it was cold in the car. And I don't have any sort of heating system, so it was all down to my puffy trousers and my fleece. But now that I'm up, it's time to get myself some hot tea and some breakfast. But first, I better get this bed all packed away. Cheers. I've just come across the Loch Quaich Dam. It was completed in 1962 as part of the massive amount of hydroelectric schemes that went on across the Highlands of Scotland. This dam is about a little over 300 metres wide and 40 metres or so high. It's not a big dam in the grand scheme of things, and I believe it only powers a single turbine, but it's one of many across the whole of Scotland. In the creation of this dam, the loch more than doubled in its surface area, and there was at least one fairly prestigious hunting lodge that got drowned in the process. But behind me, you should be able to see the peak that I'm heading for today. And I'm going to keep walking in that direction. So this is one of the first views that I've had of Loch Quaich since the dam, to be honest. It's been hidden from view by little hills all the way along the path. The loch sits in the aptly named Glen Quaich, which is we're about 1 hour's drive north of Fort William up on the west coast of Scotland. The glen used to be home to the Clan MacDonald of Glengarry, and before the clearances there was around 1,000 people lived around the banks of the loch. The weather is really nice today. The forecast was good, and having this unexpected day off today for St Andrew's Day has been very timely. The sun, there's warmth in the sun, but when it goes away you can feel the temperature drop. There's been banks of cloud that I've seen, low-lying cloud. I'd been hoping that there might be some sitting over the loch today to give me a nice inversion, but that's not going to happen. However, I'll take this fine weather. The views from the top should give us a great panorama of lots of mountains on a day like this. I'm going to push on and get to the top before there's any chance of those views disappearing. The path appears to come to a sudden end here. Or at least that's what I thought. And then I looked up that way. And it looks like we get a fun little scramble. Welcome to the summit of today's Munro. I said today's Munro was going to be a special one, and the reason for that is it's my 100th Munro that I've climbed. For today's Munro, I chose to go up a hill, as I said, to the north of Fort William, and this hill's called Garrick. It's one of the smaller Munros. It comes in at 919 metres, which means it's just 5 metres into Munro status. Garrick apparently translates to the roaring, and if we give the hill its Gaelic name, which is Sgurr Garrick, we get the much more romantic jagged peak of the roaring, which is a really nice name. However, there's some other theories about the actual origin of the name Garrick, and the Scottish Place Name Society lists Garrick as meaning, or Sgurr Garrick as merely meaning Gary's Peak, which is much less romantic, but it does make sense given that Glengarry is just over to the east of us. So I think there's a lot of merit in that name. There was meant to be some fantastic views from here. To the southeast I should have been able to see Ben Nevis, which on the way up I think I did see, with some snow on its flanks. To the north I may have been able to see the Glen Shiel Munros. There's a fair number of Munros there, but instead all I can actually see around me is the inside of a cloud. I'm not going to linger here long. It's a bit too cold for that. I'm going to maybe have a snack and then get moving back down, get somewhere that I can actually see some sights. I'll speak to you again a little bit further down. It's less windy down here. I've dropped a little bit down off the summit and tucked myself away in the lee side of the slope in order to get myself some proper lunch and not just a cereal bar. As you can see, the view behind me is opened up again. The cloud really is just sitting on the summit of Garrick, as it is on top of those two Munros behind me as well. I think my brain's starting to fade now. I definitely need to get myself some lunch, so that's what I'm going to do. Whew. And that's me back. Another day ending in the hills after sunset. The weather's been good all day today, and yeah, just with this twilight being in the hills, I do love it. Looking back up to Garrick, I can see that the clouds are still sitting on the top, so it looks like it wouldn't have been any point hanging around there to get some better views. That's been 17 kilometers that I've done today, which got to admit, I didn't check the distance before I set out. I checked the time that it was expected to take. So to find that it's been 16 kilometers, it was nearly 17 kilometers was a bit of a surprise, but that's okay. Once again, I've got a long drive home. I'm going to get myself a cup of tea and get changed out of these trousers because they're absolutely filthy. I picked the wrong day to forget to take my ankle gaiters, although to be honest, given how far up my legs that they're dirty, I don't think it would have made any difference. But I'm going to get myself a cup of tea, get changed and get going home. So once again, thank you for joining me on another adventure. I hope to see you on my next one.